Not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to build emergency funds when every day is an emergency. Outside costs $100 a day at the minimum. $100 is an adult dollar.
Have you ever told someone that you were struggling with money and their advice was basically just to save more? But how are you supposed to save money when being broke comes with fees? You don't have enough money, life doesn't get cheaper, it usually gets more expensive. You pay more because you can't buy in bulk, can't get a reliable car, and you might have to rely on payday loans. These are some micro topics that often get overlooked in this conversation. While some people are bad at budgeting, not everyone has a budgeting problem. This topic connects directly to the hotel living video because one of the biggest misunderstandings about instability is that it is expensive. If you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out after this video. People think that being poor means spending less, and technically yes, you may be spending less because you're paying in small increments, but that adds up over time. If you have a cushion, a problem is annoying, but if you don't have a cushion, the same problem can turn into a fee, a late payment, a loan, a disconnected phone, a missed shift, or a month of trying to recover from one bad week.
60% of Americans could not come up with $1,000 for an emergency. People do not have emergency funds. Almost 70% of Americans say that money is their primary source of anxiety. Buy now, pay later services like Klarna and Afterpay are on the rise, and people are using them primarily on Instacart and DoorDash for groceries. People are using payment plans for food. 1 in 4 Americans have saved nothing for retirement. Auto loan debt, so for cars, has reached an all-time high. It's at $1.3 trillion. And credit card debt is also at an all-time high. So when most Americans are sharing the same economic struggles, is it still just user error? Is the answer still work harder, or just budget, or pull yourself up by your bootstrap? Or can we actually listen to the trends and patterns for once and realize that this is entirely systemic?
According to the Federal Reserve's 2025 household survey, 63% of adults said they can cover a $400 emergency with cash, savings, or a credit card that they can pay off by the next statement. The same report found that 59% of adults had at least one major unexpected expense in the previous year. The most common was a major vehicle repair or replacement. After that came home or appliance repairs or an unexpected medical expense. The problem is not that people do not have emergency savings, but the question is how often are emergencies happening, because at a certain point it feels like a chain reaction, one bad thing after another.
Quick question, do you have $10,000 in your checking account? No, not your savings account, your checkings account. Please tell me why Bank of America just called to let me know that next month I'm gonna start having to pay a $24 monthly maintenance fee if I don't keep $10,000 in my checkings account. I shit you not. The guy who told me this on the phone, he literally giggled when he said $10,000. Like, besides the 1%, who has $10,000 just sitting in their checking account? Show yourself.
There were times that I was like broke, but I was like too ashamed to like ask him, so I would take out loans, and then I would take out payday loans.
You took out loans?
Yeah, like I didn't know that it was
For
like
what?
just like to have money to like buy my own groceries or whatever, because I didn't want to ask him. And I didn't know how bad payday loans are. I took out like a $500 payday loan. I was like, oh, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make this back. Like, I'll pay the interest. It was like $1,500 to pay back.
Oh my god! So it was like 150%.
Yeah. Like, it's actually
payday loans.
Yeah, payday. They're like super predatory loans for poor people, basically.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, like, I mean, I wasn't in like a bad living situation. I just did not want to ask him for money.
One example of a way to get behind are bank fees. Overdraft fees are basically a fee for not having enough money at the exact moment a charge hits your account. And depending on how much you owe, you could be charged over $200 per month. And I know some people say, well, just don't hit your credit limit or just don't be overdrawn. But that ignores how messy real life can be when your money is already tight. In 2024, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau finalized a rule aimed at capping certain overdraft fees at larger banks. Whether you agree with this exact policy or not, the bigger point is obvious. Overdraft or interest fees are not small when you're already close to zero. You can make a payment, but the interest can completely absorb it and put you back at square one. Another example is payday loans. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says payday lenders usually charge a finance fee per $100, borrowed. A common charge is $15 per $100, which comes to an annual percentage rate of almost $400 or 400% for a 2-week loan. Typically, people do not take out payday loans for fun. They do it to cover an expense like a car payment or rent. The person is expecting their payday soon, but it will not come fast enough to cover the current expense. So the person pays a fee to bridge the gap, then the next paycheck comes and a part of that is already gone. So they're short again, and this is how a temporary fix can become a cycle. Everyone's version of being broke or low income can look different. For some people, it looks like overdraft fees. For others, it's payday loans, food banks, laundromats, and trying to just stretch their paycheck to the next. What is one hidden cost of being broke that people do not discuss enough? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video insightful, you'll probably enjoy the one popping up on the screen now. See you in the next one.